Hi boys and girls. This series or playlist is going to be about Python scripting exclusively for CFD and CAE engineers. So that's what I've thought I'm gonna be doing. Actually, I've already made few Python videos, but the overall structure as far as CFD or CAE engineers are concerned, that structure is a bit off. Now that's why I thought I might as well redo them. So I'll redo them. Now the first point is that why do we even need scripting for CFD or CAE engineers? Now there are so many reasons. Like I can't even begin to tell you there are so many reasons why we need them. First of all, in case if you want to automate your processes, for example, your geometry creation, your meshes, and if you have to do your graphs and stuff like that, so you can do that. Now second bit is in case if you're into open source libraries and you want to work with open source codes, then you would find Python APIs like in most of the open source codes. So in case if you know the background of the Python scripting, like classes and objects, then I think it becomes very easy for you guys to just go over the open source libraries and then you can do whatever you want to do with. The main point why I would encourage you to learn Python scripting is because for those lot who are into open source libraries, then you would be able to find open source library with Python API on almost every software out there, right? So in case if you know Python scripting and you know the basics, then you're in pretty much comfortable position to understand what's going on behind the scenes. Like you can open the source code and then you can understand what's going on, and then you can also add your own bits depending upon what you need. But once you've created a script, you can keep that script for life, like you can reuse it whenever you wish to. The only way you can get to keep those scripts for life is by structuring them in such a way that you're using object-oriented approach. So object-oriented approach in the sense like, you one script, you have different classes in it, and then when you are creating objects out of it, then you don't have any problem. There is no mess created. So these are few things which I can think of like on top of my head where you'll be needing your Python scripting, and I can assure you once you've learned this skill you'll not regret it. And now this reminds me, in case if you're watching me for the first time and you want to learn Python scripting for CFD or CAE right from the scratch, then I would really request you to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of the stuff that I'll be posting later on after this video. And now we come to the structure of this series. Now I think almost around 10 to 15 videos will be there, and every video, every concept that we'll be learning, that will be followed by a proper practical example of CFD or CAE analysis. Where exactly will that concept lie as far as our workload is concerned? So we'll make sure, like side by side, when we are learning, we are also practicing, so that by the end, towards the end, when you've already covered all the topics which are necessary for your Python scripting, you don't miss out on anything. Like you should have every weapon in your armory so as to begin with your Python scripts. So now these things out of the way, let's start our first introductory lecture on classes and objects. And before we do that, let me just quickly roll my Welcome to your first lecture on classes and objects. Now, first of all, what is a class and why do we need it? Well, class is that kind of entity out of which we can draw various objects. For example, suppose we want to define this building. How many data types would we need? We would need string type, float type, and also the integer type. Now, why would we need integer type? Integer type will be needed to explain how many number of rooms do we have in our building. Float type will be telling you about the color of the building, and then you have your float type that's gonna tell you the area, surface area of the building. So you can see one kind of data cannot really fit that mold of explaining every real thing, right? For example, we are trying to introduce building and we would need 3 different data types, right? So that clubbing of data types together, that will constitute the class. And now once the class is there, then we can draw objects out of it. For example, we have created a class of building, class of type building. Now we can create as many objects as we wish out of this building class. Now that object could be your white building, blue building, yellow building, you name it. So now we can have a blue building, which blue building object, which is going to be having number of rooms is equal to 6. Color of the building is blue, obviously, and then floor area, some floor area. We can also have the same in the same light. We can also have a class car, and then you can have your different attributes to that class. In this example, we have number of wheels, car model, and distance covers.
and same way we can have runner as well. Now if there is one thing, just one thing which I would want you to take away from this video, that would be that when you create an object out of a class, that's nothing more than saying a equals to 5. Why? Because a equals to 5, when you say that, you are basically creating an object of int type, right? And then when you say blue building object, so you are basically saying that blue building is an object of the class building. So that's the thing which I want you to take away. Now in case if you haven't really fully understood what object and class and all that kind of stuff, but that's okay. So it's just introductory lecture. We'll dwell upon it in the next lecture. Thank you.